I wanted to actually cover some news. It's not really just an interview or something, it's news. If you guys don't know, last week there was a major drama that took place. And to be honest with you, I want you guys to fire questions at Mr. Based.
Frank Sinatra didn't bark. He sang. So sing for me, bitch.
I kind of want to do an interview with Carl and then he gives his side together. You get me? But we have to wait.
You and Bambi are on thin ice. You understand me?
That's enough of that. Just the beginning, how he treats my animals, you know?
Do you think that he's joking or serious in these clips?
Yell about killing my cat and all these nasty words and shit. Like, animals know what these words mean. Like, it's Carl was, when I went out with Carl, when I first met him a year ago, when I started streaming, he went, every interaction he had, he's harassing people, he's abusing them, telling them to fuck themselves, you know, like saying sexual things to them. He's so abusive to everybody, and I try to be nice to everybody. I fucking hated Carl. I wanted,
So wait,
and
let's work
then
this out though. We need also timeline. When was this?
I started streaming 12 months ago. It was 11 months ago that I first went out and experienced how Carl treats the public. He's a little less abusive to the public now because of kick rules, but he used to be unbelievably ruthless to the public. You know, he's been arrested many times in the past for people that after he does his harassment, then the cops grab him. He's been arrested as him. Like, he ran into Cipriani's and he's screaming at the top of his lungs, disturbing everyone's dinner. No other streamer does that. Only Carl does that. I wanted nothing
Wait.
to do with Carl from the beginning.
Okay, so then how come you continued to stream with him even after this moment?
That's what the second clip is for. You're gonna watch
Okay,
what he does
let's
to me.
go.
Every time I try to get away from him, he does this mind fuck to me. And then he has his Discord throw money at me in my chat and trick me into calling him up and making up with him for like hundreds of dollars. It's a game. It's a loop that's been going on about 9 times already.
Okay, let's check this out,
Oh,
guys.
get that ugly picture of me off. What is that? Ah!
I wish you the best, but you gotta stay away from me. Don't.
So we're going to the second clip, right?
Well, you see how you react because I know what you're made of. You're not a nice guy. You're evil on the inside.
Because what you do, you gaslight, you manipulate. You're the narcissist here.
How am I gaslighting? I told you the whole time that I think you're evil.
Everybody around you.
What's that?
Okay, you're a manipulator. You're a manipulator.
What am I manipulating? I want nothing from you but to stay away from
The way
me.
you talk. This aura of positivity. It's all bullshit.
The aura of positivity? You're crazy.
Why don't you just talk like a businessman, huh?
You're
talking like a lunatic hippie. That's not who you are.
I'm talking like a lunatic hippie. I'm 56 years old. You're a little boy. You're 26 years old.
Look at that.
And you look older than me.
These ad hominem attacks. That's all you can do. But you have a track record. I don't.
You don't even know what.
Carl used to lie to me and everyone about his age.
What's the distance between these two clips? You say treating you bad and your pets and then you with this phone call.
Well, he constantly called me and constantly I kept telling him, I fucking hate you. Leave me alone. You know, just like if someone, remember when Carl sniped Adinross, went into that little t-shirt store and said, "You're fucking Jewish bastard. You're fucking Jewish bastard." Remember?
Yeah.
Don't you think that Adinross, if he got a call from Carl, would say, "Leave me the fuck alone. I want nothing to do with you." It's like anyone would say that to Carl, you know? And by the way, never do I want Carl around me again. And I understand now I can't get physical with him next time because he'll have me arrested. So I don't have physical to get rid of Carl anymore. I don't know how to get rid of him. Like when I'm streaming in the future, he's going to keep sniping me, this bastard. What do? I kill my stream so all my people jump to him? Like, how do I avoid this fuck?
Dude, what is happening here? Dude, you guys spend too much time together. Like, way too much time together. You guys having freaking picnics and shit. Damn.
This is a case of I like, you know, because I like everybody by default. I like
Yeah.
River very much. My chat came up with clips and stuff of River before he came to New York, saying, "I'm going to put Mr.
It
Bates
is.
in his place and get him off kick."
Here it
you
is.
know?
Look.
So River has hated me the whole time, and I'm thinking here that he likes me, and I like everyone, so I'm very nice to him. Like I'm nice to everybody.
Okay, first question. Pause, Mr. Bass. First question. Whose idea was it to
Yes.
start drinking vodka, like heavy shots like this?
Okay, so River says to me, Mr. He's got that voice, like a kind of cool voice, like an actor voice. He's like, so Mr. Bates, what would it take? What would it take for you to do fire sales, for you to get drunk? And I said, I don't do that shit. And he goes, come on, what would it take? And I said, $100 a shot, and I'll do it. Because I know that nobody's paying $100 a shot. And I was right. And then he asked them to pay 100, no one would do it. So he goes, would you do it for 50? And I said, fine. Because I still knew no one's paying me 50 a shot. I saw people pay 50 a shot to Sonic recently after he quit drinking for several days to get him to ruin his sobriety and become an alcoholic again. They gave Sonic $50 shots. They gave him two $50 shots, and he was back in the game being an alcoholic again. I'm either a great streamer or I'm becoming a great streamer, and I want content. So I want to make it possible, but I don't want it to happen. So I said, yeah, for 50, I'll do it. Nobody's given 50. And then he finally says to me, will you do it for 25 a shot? And I said, no fucking way. And he goes, Mr. Bass, how about if I do every shot with you, the same amount of alcohol for free? So we're both drinking, but only you get paid. And I go, well, then I might do it.
Why vodka? Can you tell us why vodka of all the drinks you could choose?
I got back together with one of my ex-girlfriends or fiancées. I don't know if we were ever engaged or not. I've been engaged 17 times. So probably we were engaged at one time. I don't remember. But I got together with this girl, Simone, who used to be like a hotter than Playboy models. Like she's 5'1", 95 pounds. She had E boobs, A, B, C, double D, E. And she was gorgeous. So she came back and visited me recently. She's 45 years old now. I think she was like 28 when we dated. So she wanted to make drinks that had vodka in them. So we bought this bottle of vodka, and we made a couple of drinks, and we were chilling. And I think, or I know, Chad offered us 15 subs to kiss for 20 seconds. So we had like a beautiful kiss and everything. So I had that bottle of vodka because Simone came over, and she was one of my favorite girlfriends from the past, and it was sentimental and it was beautiful. And I could have bought a tiny bottle of vodka, but I wanted to be classy and fun for Simone.
I know when you woke up the next moment after all this drinking, you said, I don't know where I am. I can't remember anything. But
I passed out, and when I woke up, Carl's in my house.
can you see this?
Never
He's
been so
actually.
drunk in the last 20 years.
Wait, let's just see who
And I would
who are
have
you
thought
talking
if that
to?
guy homeless gave a shit about me, he would have left me in my bed, said goodbye to me, not invite over all these pieces of shit that hate me. And then about a week earlier, Carl snipes me at my outside my home, and the only way I was able to get rid of Carl was not being drunk, flirting with Kimberly, kissing her neck, cucking Carl. Like he was so embarrassed to his chat that I'm flirting with his girl in front of him that he left me. I don't find Kimberly attractive. I don't know anyone that does. There's something about her that's a turnoff to everybody. Like she was a porn star. She's not fat, but like no one's attracted to Kimberly. Like, and I just had my super hot ex-girlfriend with me this past week. Used to think Hannah was hot. Man, the way she talked about me the other day, I don't think she's hot anymore. I'm over Hannah. Like, you know how one of the reasons everybody likes watching you is you don't take sides, you're neutral, you're fair. Oh my God, she was ruthless to me. She's a girl. Don't girls hate getting older? I love getting older. I like someone said to me, would you rather have $10 million or go
Oh,
back in
wait,
time
pause,
20 years?
pause, pause, pause. I learned this. The chat knows what I'm about to speak now. I learned this from the whole drama I had with nickwhite. I was like you. I took everything serious that was happening on stream until I spoke to him privately, and he was like, "I don't give a fuck about anything I say on stream. Like I just say whatever I say, and I don't really care about you after the stream is over." Some people are like putting like not everyone is like me, for example, coming here and talking to you. Some people are putting on a character. You understand, right? People are coming in and saying things that they don't really mean. It's just for entertainment. You get me? So some things that Hannah says, I don't think all of it is Hannah saying those things. You follow
But
whatever they
I'm
say to you.
very like Carl has made everybody in the world think that I'm a sexual assault person, that I rape people, that I do all these things, and I'm very hurt right now, and I'm very vulnerable, and it's the wrong time for Hannah to do that to me. I understand exactly what you're saying, but I can't handle it as a joke right now.
You went here and like you fed the food to Kimberly, and here is Carl right here. Like, let me ask my first question. Did you think Carl would swing on you?
No, I know what's going to happen. The more that I touch Kimberly, the more that I flirt with Kimberly, the normally if I wasn't drunk, Carl will leave. I can't physically manhandle Carl anymore because I'm gonna end up going to jail. I've done it several times. I've manhandled him after he fucks with me and trolls me and comes into my life when I tell him stay the fuck away. So now this is me trying to flirt with her so he'll leave my fucking house. I can't scream at him to get out of my house. I can't physically remove him. I'm also getting to the point of being afraid of being physical with Carl, you know?
And as I said to you, Mr. Reese, like, I
So
have to ask you all the hard questions so that we can have both
please.
sides. Was she
Uh
receptive to all these things?
Last
That's what I'm
week,
asking.
yeah, okay, last week before this, when I wasn't drunk, she let me flirt with him and she says on camera, he doesn't care. He's a cuckold. He tries to feed me to everyone. Then I pick her up and I hold her like a baby for 3 minutes and spin her around and stuff. Yes, I've done this before. And then Carl got embarrassed and left me alone. So it's the only thing that's worked to get rid of Carl.
Look right there, what you just did just now. So now you're fighting Carl to get to Kimberly. See, he's holding you. He's holding you back from going towards Kimberly. You see that?
Oh, yes, yes, I see
You
it.
were really fucked up. Are you okay? Do you need water? He got you anything you need?
I'm sorry for.
Do you need coconut
Oh,
water?
so he's starting to get pissed. Like
Yeah.
I said, he would start to get pissed at some point.
That
So you
I
heard
paused
homeless
it.
just said feed Kimberly. He's telling me to feed Kimberly to piss Carl off. You see?
Okay,
Did
but
you hear that?
now
Homeless
now
told
you,
me.
now your video is caught up, right? I want to ask you,
Yeah.
how come you went to touch her there? See, look at the video where it's caught up right now, where I paused it.
Did I touch? Did I touch her there?
You didn't, but I'm asking, why did you go there? I'm trying to understand you.
Because I'm trying to violate Kimberly, not sexual assault her, but I'm trying to violate her to make the fuckhead leave my home because it's the only way he's left me alone before. If I tell him to leave me alone, he makes a joke of it, you know? If I beat him up, it doesn't even work. Remember when his phone broke in my home? Like I kind of beat him up a little bit there. Because I've never punched Carl. Like that stupid thing in the park. Like
Yeah.
Kimberly's like, oh, he strangled him and shit. I grabbed him in a bear hug from behind and the kid fucking dropped to the floor. We wrestled for 3 seconds and I let him go. There were no punches. He says I had a knife or a key. I didn't
Okay,
have
well, again,
anything. He's such a
relax. We're gonna
fucking
get to
liar.
that. You're
Cracked
jumping
his head
again.
on the
Stay
floor.
here, stay here, stay
Sorry.
here. Now, also
Sorry.
look closely at Carl's face. Like, that's kind of strange to
Right.
me. Why is Carl smiling?
Because he got his own balls grabbed by Sam Pepper and laughed about it. He doesn't think that's a sexual assault. Like a joke is a joke to Carl. He's the biggest troll. So like if say I did slap fucking Kimberly's ass, he
Yeah.
doesn't care. It's a joke. But someone else could be like, "Oh my god, assault, battery, sexual assault." But you know what I'm saying? Look, I didn't even go I'm tickling her ribs to make her be like this, right? I'm sticking my fingers in her ribs. And she goes, because Carl, 10 seconds earlier, which is so important, when I walked past Carl goes, oh my God, he grabbed my dick and balls. My arms were up at my side. The cameras are all over us. I didn't have to say, no, I didn't, or I didn't have to say, yeah, I'll squeeze him harder and rip him off your body because, like, the cameras are on me. I wasn't close to his dick and balls. He goes, you grabbed my dick and balls. There was nothing for me for content to do with it, so I ignored him. Then I go tickle Kimberly on her sides, pushing into her ribs, and she goes, "Oh my God, he stuck his finger up my ass. I thought the camera was on us and everyone could see that. Of course, I didn't." So I go, "Yeah, so what?"
You can say that it's a setup on them, what they said on you, as you said it was a joke. My only issue is just
Well, no,
that,
no, no. Because look, there comes a part now where I go to kiss Kimberly and she puts her hand over her mouth. I know her hand's over her mouth, and I'm like, and then
yeah.
I lick her hand. And then right after I lick her hand, which is over her face, Carl goes, sexual assault. That's a sexual assault about me kissing her hand. But Carl's such a good actor that everyone listening is like, yeah, it is. You know, I didn't do anything. I didn't put my finger in her ass. I didn't touch her ass. I kissed her hand. I never kissed her lips. What, like I was trying to do something? I couldn't even move. There's 7 people in my house that could have kicked my ass if they wanted to. She was never in jeopardy. They're all laughing. And then there's a clip I have after they leave my home, after I'm banned. They go for a drink together and they're high fiving each other and laughing about how they got rid of me, how I lost my KCP in my channel, and they're
See
smiling,
that clip.
you know. And then after that,
Where's that
then
clip?
Carl gets jumped.
Where's that
What?
clip?
What's that? Soon as I lost my channel, they jumped on. Oh, if he lost his channel, then we can call it sexual assault. Then Carl, all day the next day with his chat, he stuck his finger in her ass. He sexually assaulted her, this and that, because Kick gave it credibility by pulling me for nothing on video, nothing seen. I didn't do anything. So unfair.
I don't stand with Mr. Based on that. Like I believe that. Listen, one, no alcohol, and two, I get that you from your side you are saying that these are jokes that you guys are doing, and I'm telling you that this platform and Twitch and all these live streaming platforms, they don't stand up for all these kinds of jokes. I'm just being blunt.
That's why I'm never collabing with any streamer that I've ever met before again. Anyone that I know that's a streamer, I am not streaming with them. They're all toxic.
Yeah,
I
and
want to be a guy that's nice to everybody, and most of my community knows that. And I'm going to need to be taught by you and other people when they come snipe me and won't leave me alone. What can I do to get rid of them? Like, don't tell me now because you don't know. But people are going to have to coach me on how to get rid of these people. Carl going, oh, sexual assault. And Carl going, he grabbed my dick and balls. Like, of course that was horseshit. And she goes, he put his thumb up my ass. Oh, that's real? Why is the grabbing his dick and balls not real, but putting my thumb up her ass? I've never put my thumb up an ass in my life. And bam, in 1 second, a person gets their thumb up. So it's so stupid. It's so stupid. Like, how could anyone believe that shit? It's so dumb. Sorry.
so you're saying this part here they were joking with you, like even she was putting on a joke.
They only got serious about sexual assault. Like when I kissed her hand, he started calling that a sexual assault. He didn't call the when she said thumb up my ass, he didn't call that a
Yeah.
sexual assault. He called the kissing a sexual assault. He didn't even know people believed that my thumb really went up her ass. Carl didn't know that at the point. After I was banned, he realized everyone believed it and he ran with it.
Most dangerous thing you can do, I'm being honest with you right now, is get anywhere near a female. I'm just being bluntly honest with you right now.
I had no idea about you. That's news to me. I swear to God, no one told me that. I didn't know it. Now I know. I had no idea. I had no idea.
You gotta be
So
careful.
Sam Pepper grabbing Carl's dick is different than a guy tickling a girl.
That you
But
need to ask moderation team, but I know from what I've seen. I'm giving you straight
Right.
facts on bans I've seen.
we should go with reality. Reality is the most important. You're saying that's reality. I got you.
Yeah, like I can whatever Kick does in their laws, that's their platform. I can only tell you what I've seen. So what did Homeless do in the bathroom?
Yeah, he played with her boobs and her ass and stuff like that. And then they decided to say that it was a joke. But whatever. Like he really did do something with her. Who cares?
I care because is
Carl,
that consent?
Carl
I
sent
care.
Carl
I
sent
actually care.
her to Carl sent her to sleep with Homeless months ago, and Homeless didn't want her. I haven't called the cops in my life on anybody. I'm dying to call the cops and get a restraining order on Carl. I don't know his name. I don't know where he lives. I don't know anything. I don't think there's
Okay,
a
but I'll
way
be
in the
honest with
world I
you,
can get
it
Carl to
is
leave me
good
alone.
that you don't. Because if you did, I guarantee you would say it, and then that would be a dox, and then you would be permabanned. My honest opinion is it's good that you don't actually know that information. But
Why would I wouldn't say his name. I would go to the police and I would get a restraining order and I would never have to deal with Carl again. Obviously I can't grab his girl and flirt with her to get rid of him anymore. That's not going to work. I can't beat him up anymore.
does Carl come to your house off stream?
Never.
Oh, okay.
Never. He has no interest in knowing me off stream. Everything is for the haha.
You kept on saying that he is trying to take away your KCIP. Can you explain why you say that?
All streamers from before I've been involved in this shit have a Hunger Games thing going on. Every streamer apparently is trying to be number one. Every streamer is trying to fuck up and take out the other ones. When someone gets banned, very few streamers like, oh God, that's terrible. They're all high-fiving and laughing and shit. And I laughed too. Like when I saw Sonic get banned, when that fight was going on with Waxy and SJC, like he's laughing like about everyone else's misfortune, then he gets banned, then I laughed at Sonic. So everyone's doing a Hunger Game. It's kind of ironic. The Hunger Games is coming up. There's a Hunger Games going on all the time. It's just ICE is turning it up a notch. But all of these people are trying to fucking step on each other's heads and get ahead. That's why I'm never going to stream with anyone I streamed with before. I had World of T-shirts with me like 2 weeks ago, right? Carl calls into my show and he starts screaming at Worlds of T-shirts. I'm going to effing R you. You know what R is, right? R-A-P something. He's like, I'm going to fucking do this to you. I'm going to do that to you. To World of T-shirts, saying how he's going to do all these things to him. And I'm like, Carl, what the hell's wrong with you? I could get banned for that. He's like, no, you won't get banned for that. And then I get banned 10 minutes later, right? About 2 weeks ago. Turned out it wasn't for Carl screaming how he's going to RAP vowel World of T-shirts, beat him up and do all this. And World of T-shirts thought he's serious and fighting back. World of T-shirts said he was going to KIL someone on my stream as a joke to a TTS. And I got banned for that. But I thought I got banned for Carl swearing he was going to the T-shirts. I'm sorry about the word. But yeah, and then a year ago I was on YouTube. I wasn't on Kick that much, right? And I had 3,500 followers on my YouTube channel. Carl has Starbuck Nazi call up my show and scream the hard R N word like 40 times in a row when I wasn't paying attention. I think Homeless left me after this. I think I was alone in my house and I started watching clips and I saw the clip of how with the kissing, Carl's going sexual assault. And then I had the email from Kick that I went down for sexual assault, you know? And oh my God, I was enraged, you know? And I just went right to him and to say, why did you do this to me? And I know, I know, but I was still drunk. I know he does it to me because he has no respect for me and I'm a laugh cow to him. But I forgot at the time because I was drunk and I went to him and I just wanted to shake him and be like, why'd you do this to me? And I grab him and he falls down and we roll around for 3 seconds. River grabs me to pull me off and I'm like, what am I doing? I don't want to get in trouble. All it was wrestling.
So tell Casey
I'm a runner.
that I didn't do
I'm a
anything.
runner like one Sonic.
Everyone said you
I
took
run
my
fast.
KCIP.
Unban Sonic.
Times that you
We
didn't
both
do
lost our
anything.
KCIP because of you.
I didn't do anything.
Everyone knows
though.
why he's not filming the content. Everyone knows why.
So when you told her to give me back my KCIP and tell them to tell Kick, did
She
she
damn
tell
well
Kick?
knows that no one touched. No, she damn well knows that no one put a thumb up her ass, touched her ass, put a finger in the crack of. She knows it's not true. And I think I might have talked to Carl on the phone before that, and he's like, "Don't worry, I'll tell them you didn't do anything wrong." You know, he gaslights me. It's like, "Don't worry, I'll tell them you did nothing wrong. It's no big deal. I'll clean it up. You know, I'll call ABZ." And on the and then I realized, of course, he's not going to do that and everything, and he fucking created something out of nothing against me. And could you imagine if someone tried to ruin your whole life over nothing? How mad you would get? That's how
But
mad I
but
was. So I
but
got
listen
to the park
again,
in
it's
like a
learning time.
second.
Listen carefully. It's learning time again. You need to listen. So here's the other thing. Watching this from Louis
Yeah,
X, I'm giving you real. I don't talk bullshit. I give you actual facts. Louis X is another streamer in Australia, and this guy was. They said he was a sexually harassing a woman, and they kicked him out of the event, which all was false. They kicked him out of the event, and then they literally banned. They gave him a first like a touch for this. Okay. Later in that night, he got in a street fight, and they linked those two things together to give that man a perma ban. Now, when I watched the video of you and her saying what she said, okay, combine that with the fight that took place with you, I was like, oh, it's done. Mr. Base is getting a permaban. Please listen carefully. I'm gonna say to you, don't get into two situations on the same damn night. You're looking for trouble. I'm being honest with you. There were two things that happened on that night. They could destroy you for those two things. I'm not saying what's true and false. I hope you're getting me, Mr. Base. Saying be careful of being in two situations on the same stream, the same night. Be
I
careful
thought
of
about
this.
that. You know what I thought? No one filmed the First of all, it wasn't a fight because there wasn't a punch. You know what I mean? And no one tried to hurt anybody. I let him go immediately. So it wasn't filmed. It wasn't a fight. But imagine if Kick and Twitch and Google and all these other companies started regulating what you do, not when you're filming on your stream, but what you do in your real life. Like they don't like the way that you talk to your mother off stream, but someone told them about it. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like there's no fight that was on stream. You just see that we're on the ground somehow. You know what I mean? It doesn't show a fight. It doesn't show a punch. It doesn't show anything. So I thought to myself, ooh, is it going to ever reach a point where people are going to be punished for shit they do off stream that has nothing to do with what
I
people were
do think
exposed to? Yeah.
I do think this is happening. I won't lie because look at Sam Pandey. I watched Sam Pandey get a ban for sex sounds through TTS. So you gotta be careful. What anything that's around the background, you gotta be careful. And I'm trying to get through to you that I don't think it was the right idea to go up to him to take him on.
No, no, no. Listen, if I had to do it all over again, I'm not collabing with any streamers. Like Carl will never voluntarily be on a stream with me. Homeless never. Like moving forward to show that I learned my lesson, I will never stream with any of these idiots again. None of them are streaming with me. Ice Poseidon, ton of respect for that motherfucker. All right. Of course I would stream with Ice Poseidon, but I won't stream with anyone else.
That's
There's
right.
some vicious shit going on in Sam Pepper's Discord, in Carl's Discord. Like, people have a lot of power in these things, a lot of power in these Discords. Disgusting power, not good power,
I
all
get you.
negative power. And I
So
think people
so
know what I'm
what did
talking about.
what did Kick say about all of this?
Pick's a very good company, very professional. I'm happy to read what they said. And probably you're right. Maybe they know I didn't put my finger in her butthole or touch her butt or anything. Maybe just the general being sloppy, drunk, and being disgusting was enough to get the ban. In which case, fucking, I deserved it. I was embarrassing. I was not representing Kick beautifully when I was drunk and trying to flirt with and be like a violating to the boyfriend. Like that's not good behavior. But I took it too literally, and I thought I didn't touch her ass. I didn't touch her ass crack. I didn't put my thumb up. Like Kimberly's running around for the next 3 hours on Carl's stream saying he put his thumb up my ass. Somebody sent me a screenshot of their conversation with Kimberly, and she's planning a lawsuit on me for sticking my thumb up her ass. And she said she was bragging to the people that were in the chat that she's done many of these type of lawsuits and she's never lost one yet. And that's probably because they have nuisance value. You know what nuisance value is? Like
What's that?
lawyers cost a lot of money and people settle with her just
Oh,
not
they're
to
gonna
have to
try to
pay the
get you
lawyers to
settled.
fight it.
Okay, I get you.
That's why she probably never lost one. Okay, so hello there. Thank you for reaching out to us. Your account has been banned for breaching our community guidelines. We would advise you to refrain from violating our policy in the future because the bar will increase over time until it becomes permanent. Okay, I think I creatively changed that to that they accused me of sexual assault. They never accused me of sexual assault. My bad. I was listening to what everyone was saying so much I got brainwashed. You know, the chat, the
Yeah,
community, you know what I'm saying? Thank you for the reply. We'll outline the specific content that resulted in the suspension of your account. Please see the attachment. Your suspension will expire in 6 days. Let us know if there is anything else that we could assist you with. Kind regards. And then I got 3 short MP4 files.
yeah,
And what they are is the one where the one that looked the worst of the 3. The one is when I was tickling her and she goes, "Oh, you stuck your finger in my ass," or whatever. That was one of them. Then there was another angle of it. Neither of them showed if I did it or not. You know what I'm saying? But they both showed that the whole occurrence was like 1.5 seconds. Like you couldn't see me for 1.5 seconds, and supposedly the thumb went in the ass during the 1.5 seconds. But the killer clip, the one that got me, I believe,
yeah,
the one that looked the worst, was she had her hand over her mouth. I'm kissing her hand, and I lick it, and Carl goes, "Sexual assault, sexual assault,
yeah.
sexual
You
assault."
see,
And that just Carl's a good actor. He's a gifted performer. I'd even watch him after all this.
would you ever sit down and talk to him, like just squash all of it?
Yeah, of course I would for like 2,000 subs, and some idiot will give it to me one day,
Oh,
and then
so it had to be a
Carl
sub
will have
goal.
me in prison.
It had to be a
Carl will
sub
take
goal.
that opportunity, get me banned on Kick, do something that I go to prison the rest of my life. I'll regret it. I could get $500,000 in subs to do something with Carl, and Carl make it not worth it later.
Be careful what you're doing on Kick, dude. Like you want to keep your KCIP and you want to do this in the future. Whatever happened there, you can't. That can't happen again.
When I lose the KCIP, if I lose the KCIP, that's my last day streaming. I'll never stream again. Like I cannot dedicate this kind of passion and time, etc., into something that doesn't pay at all because of the opportunity cost. Like all the lost, what I could be doing otherwise, etc. I cannot afford to do this without the KCIP. I don't think anyone can. No, because you want to get the KCIP. So did I. I did it. I grinded to get the KCIP for free.
I don't.
Like this. Yeah.
Let me correct you one thing, guys. If you're a streamer, I always say this in all my streams, dudes. Don't ever try to rely on that thing because I've seen so many people lose it. Some people get banned. Dude, all you can do is rely on getting like say 30 to 100 subs. I remember I am a person I look at very low scale. You could be high scale like Suspendas, like 300, 500 subs, right? You need to get a steady flow of subs, give them a good product that they like to watch, and after a while, then after this, you try for KCIP. Like KCIP should be a bonus to what you're doing. It should never be the end all be all because if tomorrow they close the tap, Mr. Base, we don't know what's going to
You
happen
got
with
it.
this site. You're screwed.
No, but you need to understand something. The only way anyone gets the subs without KCIP is to constantly beg for it. Like the squeaky
Yeah,
wheel gets
that,
oiled.
that is true
Okay.
as
Do you
well.
know how
That is true.
unfun it is as a streamer to be begging every second for subs and money and shit? It makes it a nasty experience. The only way that streaming can be a beautiful experience is to get paid for streaming. Not paid by the audience. The audience, you have to beg them. You
This is
can't. You
true
don't
as
get
well.
paid by the audience,
Also, you need to,
or you
you
have
need,
to pretend you're going to yourself like Sonic does, or like what Carl used to do is at the end of his stream he'd be like, "Yo, I just did 8 hours. I made $14. I can't do this anymore. I
okay,
can't do
and
that." And he has to put on this whole routine at the end, and then $500 comes in from Andy Milanakis and shit.
but listen. Here is I see what Chad is saying. Chad is right too. It's like you gotta be careful in wording of what you're saying. Like my own personal belief. If you came on every day and you were like, "Oh, screw this about kick, and that's about kick sucks, and this sucks, and that sucks, and this sucks," then I think you get more eyes on you that you don't want. You don't want, for example, again, I ain't fighting for any person here. I'm just trying to tell this dude what I've seen, and I know if he listens to what I'm saying, he won't catch those bans, and the website will literally put him front page. So you have to play in that box. And somebody said in the chat here, instead of saying beg for subs, you're an idle streamer. You're not like me. You need to start doing those challenges like everyone else is doing. Okay, give me 5 subs, and I'm gonna go do this. Like
I
make
just
make
did it. The
event
alcohol. I
content.
just did the alcohol
Yes,
thing. It
not
was the most
alcohol. There's
retarded
more
thing I
things
ever
you could
did in my
do.
life.
I look at
Yeah, they wanted me to hold on. 2 weeks
yeah.
ago, the challenge was to kiss a girl on the lips for 20 subs. All right. Couldn't you see that getting dangerous?
I wouldn't do the poll because a lot of you guys are anti
By the way, I
Mr.
failed.
Base.
I couldn't get a
Okay.
girl to kiss me. For 3 hours, I couldn't get a girl to kiss me on the lips. It was humiliating. I never. It was a very good show for people for free. But now I realize, how about the challenge that Joel used to do, the full reset, where he takes off all his clothes and he's in
Okay,
his
no.
underwear.
Okay,
Right?
wait. Let's see. The thing is
That
also,
could get you in trouble
wait,
too.
wait,
Everything can get you in
wait,
trouble.
wait. Okay, yes, everything gets trouble. Okay, but listen. Don't.
No. Challenges get you in trouble. Regular streaming doesn't get you in trouble. If you're a nice person being nice to people, that's wonderful. But challenges tend to be fucking nuts, and
I
they could
think.
get you in trouble.
Okay, let me say this to you.
I'm not doing challenge.
I think it's what you do in the stream. What are you doing for those 5 subs matters. If you're doing degen content, give me 5 subs to be a degen. No one's gonna donate to you. But if you are doing something that's fun, playful, people may donate for these things. You get
Well,
me?
like for example, 5 subs to get a girl's number, right? or no?
Speaking, why gotta be a girl, dude? Like we just had that talk just now. Like for you right now, you need to
No,
chill
because
on
they
girls
hold on,
for a little
because
bit.
they offer that all the time to other streamers, 5 subs to get a girl's number, and no one would ever give me 5 subs to get a girl's number because it takes 2 seconds for me to get a girl's number. So I don't do the 5 subs for a girl's number, but I'm saying that's one of the most popular ones out there. Like Sonic, that's his thing every day. Get a girl's number for subs. Monday I'm back. 2 days,
Oh,
2 days.
so what's the plan for Monday's stream?
Well, like ideally, the best thing I have going for me is World of T-shirts.
Yeah.
Josh Block, World of T-shirts, because he's got the 3 million TikTok followers that are active. He's not a Monday guy though, so my day back is going to be a boring day. I imagine people will ask me a lot of questions about stuff we're talking about now and stuff like that. But like my style of IRL, I go out thinking it's going to be boring, and then stuff blossoms. Like I talk to every interesting person that I've come into during the day. Like I got to
Yeah.
be in a really bad mood to see someone beautiful, interesting, like someone with great energy, and not say hello, what's going on. I talk to every single person for my viewers.
Yeah.
Like I put on a show from when I turn the camera on till I turn it off. I try to be interesting, entertaining, interactive. Like if I'm just doing nothing, like sitting in the park doing nothing, I'll turn my stream off. I'll say, everybody, I'll come back, a little later, and we'll do another 4 hours. But like I'm working from when I turn the camera on till I turn the camera off. I've got to hold the camera at an angle that it's cinematic and has the good view. I've got to entertain the chat. I try my hardest. Am I always interesting? Fuck no. Sorry.
So Chad is talking about it. What about your KCIP? When you come back on Monday, do you still have your KCIP?
I would love to do what River did. River lied and said he lost his KCIP, and told his chat that they have to support him now because he doesn't have it anymore. But you know as well as I do, his band got cut in half. He didn't lose his KCIP. I wish I could lie like River did and tell everyone I lost it so no one will
Mm.
try to make me lose it. But I'm not a liar. I'm Mr. Based. Based means you tell the truth. So like I'm pretty sure I didn't lose my KCIP. I'm positive I didn't lose my KCIP. But I'm not positive whether or not my KCIP is going to be at $10. Like Carl's at $85 an hour, unless he's lying.
Yeah.
And I was at 50 when I started, and then
Sure.
with with the crazy view botting, I had 35,000 viewers, 52,000 viewers. They cut me down to $10 an hour with no explanation why. I got to
But
assume
you
it's
still
the view
got paid
botting.
at least, right? For those hours when you're view botted, you still got $10 an hour.
Bro, I got really good money for the first couple of days before I got viewbotted. I made like 3 grand in like several days just from grinding at $50 an hour.
Mm.
Like maybe I had a week of the proper pay, and then it went down to like nothing.
Okay. So it's good
I
then. At
hope
least
you're
you
at
still got your
50 an hour.
KCIP. At least you okay then. Like so it's not all is lost. Because like you remember how you were like, oh my god, you took my KCIP, it's over. But it looks like it's
Yeah, and I
okay.
wish people
It's
didn't.
okay.
I wish I could lie about it because everyone knows, because I tell the truth, that the second I truly lose the KCIP, no one has to see me. Of my haters, they never have to see me again. I'm gone. Like I will not stream on any platform. I think Kick's the best platform
Mm.
because of the KCIP. Like without the KCIP, it's like every other platform. It's crap. It won't work. And I need to never drink, like you said. I never drank the whole time I'm a streamer. I drank once. I need to never drink, like seriously drink. I won't even let alcohol touch my lips, maybe because of what you said. But I feel like I'm in a Hunger Games and I'm trying to not get knocked off the board.